Hello, and welcome to Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ron, your host, and tonight's movie, this is a movie that I had on my radar, and actually, I wanted to check this out for what it is, and actually, let's talk about it. So, the movie stars Matt Damon, Emily Blunt, alongside Anthony Mackie, 2010's The Adjustment Bureau. Now, The Adjustment Bureau is a feature film. It is a movie released in 2010, and it's based on a Philip K. Dick short story. The original short story was called The Adjustment Team, written in 1954, but when the film came out decades later, it was changed from Adjustment Team to The Adjustment Bureau. Now, what did I think of Adjustment Bureau? Not bad, but not great. Let's talk about Adjustment Bureau. So, the movie focused on, the movie stars, I'm just kind of looking, who did Matt Damon play as? Oh yeah, he played, I hate when the back cover doesn't tell you what character played. So, Matt Damon played a guy named Dave. I think his name is Dave. I'm not even sure what his last name is. So he plays a man named Dave. I forget the last name. Well, he plays a guy who is a congressman who's running for Congress. But all of a sudden he gets chased down by these guys. So these guys are like sort of chasing him. Basically, the movie also stars John Salentry. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I covered a movie called Spotlight, which he was really good in this. He plays the guy that's chasing him down. So, right there at the beginning, he's getting all of a sudden chased down. He sees that his co-workers are, robots. Not really necessarily robots, but they've been, brainwashed. So, he's running away from them, and he's telling him that if you tell anybody who we are going to erase your brain. So that, and then basically it's this sort of cat and mouse movie. Basically, the premise, if that premise sounds familiar, there was a movie in the 60s called Charade with Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn. This is that same plot, but in science fiction form. So, Damon on the way meets Emily Blunt, who's the woman that he sort of falls in love with. So he meets on the bus, and that's how he says, "Don't ever meet her again." And then all of a sudden he goes, and now he's on the run from them. Then we get to another guy played by Terrence Stamp, which I did cover a movie called The Real McCoy, which he wasn't great in that movie either. He was decent in this. This movie, I was super lost. I don't know. If you do not pay attention, if you do not pay attention in this film, you're going to be lost. And that was a problem I have with this movie. Philip K. Dick, he's done a bunch of science fiction short stories. Most of them have been adaptations of films. And as a matter of fact, I did see all three of these on the back. He wrote Total Recall. He wrote Minority Report and Blade Runner. Those are three big name films. And I could say out of all Philip K. Dick's adaptation, Total Recall is probably the best of all these. I don't know. I have Minority Report, so I have to cover that one on the channel. And that one was pretty good. Like I said, you're going to be lost if you do not stick with it. So, that's the gist of the movie. So, he is getting all of a sudden chased around. So, he meets up with a woman, Emily Blunt's character, and the two of them are sort of on that chase. It ends up being a cat and mouse film, basically. So, as I said again, this is just charade in science fiction form. And that's what I feel with this film. I will easily say the best part about this movie is this movie came out, like I said, in 2010. It was directed by a game, not that. It's directed by a game, directed by a guy named George Nofter. I'm probably butchering that name wrong. So he directed this movie, and his direction's really good. Let's talk about the big positive in this film. The visuals. Man, are the visuals fantastic. There are scenes and scenes. Excuse me. Sorry if I cough, guys. I do apologize. The visuals in this are really good. From the scene where they're running away from the guys, and all of a sudden they're getting chased by these these robots. I think they're robots. The guys are trying to erase Damon's brain. So, they're trying to erase him. So, Matt Damon's character is running away from them. And they're running. They go up the stairs. You can see they now enter Fenway Park, which is Yankee Stadium. This movie was shot entirely in New York City, so it has that feel. It has that very feel of a New York film. So they run to Fenway Park, then they run out, they go inside this one building, then they go out of the building, and then they see the Statue of Liberty. So that's really good, top notch. And I will say the reason I'm kind of, sort of recommending-ish is because Anthony Mackie. I feel Anthony Mackie is severely, criminally underrated. I think, honestly, he's the best part. He's a supporting role, but eventually he helps Damon's character out. He plays Henry. I do believe Harry or Henry. I think it's Henry. So he's like telling him, and he's giving Damon tips about how to get away from these guys. Stamp's character is trying to go after Damon. So he's giving them tips like, if you see anybody with hats, whether it be Yankees hat, Yamaka hat, keep in mind they're working for him, okay? And he gives them or bowler hat. He gives them a bowler hat, and then he wishes them the best of luck. And then he heads up the stairs, meets up Emily Blunt, and they run. That's pretty much it about the Adjustment Bureau. I know, again, like I said, guys, I don't have much to say about this movie than just one word: average. And I don't necessarily would say run out and check this movie out, but if there's a mom and pop rental store that has this as a rental, it's definitely worth a rent. If you see it out in the wild, like I said, I only got this for $1. I got this $1 from the guy I usually always get DVDs from, so I didn't pay that much. Oh, it says also available on DVD. Get the most from your HD TV. Yeah, so that they must have been pushing the Blu-ray format, and I could easily say this being a good movie to watch on that format because the visuals are so good. Unfortunately, I only had the DVD to watch, so would the Blu-ray help? Maybe? I don't know. Like I said again, this isn't... Yeah, I will say what it says, smart and stylish thriller, but I will say this. If you've seen the classic movie Charade and you want to see a science fiction version of this movie, I would say probably check this movie out. Or if you've seen any other Philip K. Dick's adaptations to films like Total Recall, Minority Report, Blade Runner, then I guess check it out, because I've seen all three of those, and I can easily say the best of all these is still Total Recall, the classic with Schwarzenegger. Not the remake Colin Farrell. That movie shouldn't even exist. Well, I didn't see it. I had it, and then I got rid of it because it's just another really bad remake. But still, I gotta say, yeah. I'm not personally a big fan of Emily Blunt, even though I did watch, I believe, Oppenheimer. She was in Oppenheimer, and she was good in that. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of her work. She's not my favorite actress, but I'm just saying, if you, like I said, if you want to check it out, check it out. But I'm trying to think of anything else, though. There's not really much. I'm trying to think, is there anything else anything else about this movie that I could say. It's kind of hard for me to review something that I feel was just average. Let's say above average. Not below average, above average, and not average. But an above average thriller that I would say, I can't really necessarily say, like I said, check this out. As a rental, yes. And if you liked it as a rental, then sure. Pick the movie up, I guess. Check the movie out. But, like I said, you're not missing much. So, yeah, let's just rate it now. I am going to give the Adjustment Bureau a 3 out of 5. This would have been a 4 out of 5 for me if, like I said, if it had, like I said, if it was, like, really good and had some unique touches. But as I said, it's just charade in science fiction form. That's all. And I have the original charade, and I am going to cover that on the channel soon, so be on the lookout for that coming soon. But I did review the remake, The Truth About Charlie, so if you want to get my thoughts on that, you guys can check that out. But, yeah, like I said, would I say this is the worst movie I've watched? No. Would I put this on the worst list? No. I will tell you this, it's not going to be on my best of list yet. So, I'm just kind of letting you guys know. Might be an honorable mention. We'll see. But yeah. Sorry guys, I don't know. When I spot an average film or smell an average film, it's an average film. I don't know. I love Matt Damon. I love Anthony Mackie. But somehow this movie just, I don't know. This movie just, let's just say, it kind of worked and kind of didn't work. So, that's all I have to say. So that's my review of the Adjustment Bureau. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do like the content in the channel, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, ring the bell to get all of my video notifications. I'm also on Letterboxd, guys, so you guys can check me out there as well. I rate the movies before I review them. So, yeah, check me out there as well. So, yeah. And that's it. And as always, keep watching those Universal movies, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.